Welcome back to the Japanese class, and today we're gonna talk about how to tell the time in Japanese, and this is class number 6. So let's look into the context of the class today. So first we're gonna talk about hours, moving on it'll be the minutes, and lastly we're gonna talk about how to apply that with using locations. So the first one is hours. For this section, I'm going to teach you how to pronounce them and how to use them in sentences. So, as you can see from this table, I put the number from 1 till 12, and every time when you try to pronounce the time, all you have to do is add ji, and this is only for the hours. So, if I wanted to say 1, either AM or PM, it will be 1時 1時 2 2時2時 3 3時3時 4 4時4時 5 5時5時 6 6時6時 7 7時7時 8 8時8時 9 9時9時 10 10時10時 11 11時11時 12 12時12時 Next, after we talked about 1, 2, 3, which is like a solid number, we're going to talk about 1.5 or 2.5 hours. And for this one, the previous one, we only added ji, but for 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, etc., all we had to do is add hung at the end. So let's practice how to pronounce 1:30 till 12:30. So 1:30, we pronounce 1時半1時半 2:30 2時半2時半 3:30 3時半3時半 4:30 4時半4時半 5:30 5時半5時半 6:30 6時半6時半 7:30 7時半7時半 8:30 8時半8時半 9:30 9時半9時半 10:30 10時半10時半 11:30 11時半11時半 12:30 12時半12時半 Okay, let's try to use ji and han in the sentence. So, the first one, we want to say what time is it now in Japanese. So, to do so, you would say 今 何時ですか？今何時ですか？今 means now, and 何時 is pointing out what time. The second one, to answer this question, we want to say it's 1 o'clock now. In Japanese, you would say 今1時です。今1時です。今 is now, and 1時 points out 1 o'clock. The last one, if I wanted to ask, is it 1 o'clock now? Instead of answering it's 1 o'clock, I would say 今1時ですか？今1時ですか？今 applies to now, and 1時 means 1 o'clock. Next, we're going to talk about AM and PM system in Japan. So, in Japan, we use military time, which is 24 hours, and these are like the main way to read the time. So, instead of saying 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., we would say 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and then after past 12, it will be 13 o'clock, 14 o'clock, 15 o'clock. But we also have a word to point out the 12 hours system, AM and PM in Japanese. And AM, we say 午前. PM, we say 午後. And there's one exception, which is only used for midnight. There's two ways to say midnight, 12 a.m. in Japanese. The first one is 午前0時. 午前0時. And the other way to say is 夜中の12時. 夜中の12時. Basically, the first one says it's 0 a.m. / p.m. And then the second one says it's 12 a.m. So, as I mentioned, we use the military system, so we also use the number 0 instead of 12. Okay, let's apply this into the practice sentences. So, if I wanted to say it's 3 a.m. now, because the time is showing 3 a.m. right here, I would say 今午前3時です。今午前3時です。午前 is a.m. because from this picture it says 3 a.m. so we have to use the a.m. vocabulary. So that's why I added 午前 before 3時. Let's move on to the next one. So let's read the time from this picture. It says 8:30 p.m. And if I want to say it's 8:30 p.m. now in Japanese, it will be 今午後8時半です。今午後8時半です。So 午後 means p.m. and as we did learn this earlier, 8時半 is 8:30. You could also say 8時30分, but this is the most common way to say, and it's way shorter than saying out loud everything in Japanese. So we say 8時半. The last one, it's pointing out 11, but with the question mark, AM question mark. So that means the person is asking, is it 11 a.m. now? And if I wanted to say this in Japanese, it'll be 今. Oh, it says 午後. Sorry, my typo. But it's 今午前11時ですか? 今午前11時ですか? So ignore my mistake. This one should be 午前. So 午前 means AM, and it has the question mark with it. So all you have to do is add the ka at the end. We learned this in last class, but all you have to do is add ka to make the question sentence. So 今午前11時ですか is the correct answer. So after we learned about hours, which was a lot to cover, we're gonna move on to the minutes part. And for this section, I am gonna introduce how to pronounce them and how to use them in the sentence, as I did in hours. So, minute. So minute, we say pun or fun, depending on the numbers. So, if it's either 1, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, often we use pun. And then if it's 2, 4, 5, 7, 6, 9, we use hun. So 4 is in both of pun and hun, but you could either use pun or fun for 4. So this is the chart from 1 minute to 30 minutes. I could have write out every numbers, but that would be a lot and it wouldn't fit into the chart. So I just chose from 1 minute how to pronounce from 1 minute to 30 minutes. But there's like a basic pattern that you would notice, so it will be easy. So let's start from 1 to 10. So as we learned from one slide before, all you had to do was add pung or fun at the end of the number. So if I want to say 1, it'll be 1分, 2, 2分, 3, 3分, 4, 4分, or 4分, 5, 5分, 6, 6分, 7, 7分, 8, 8分, 9, 9分, 10, 10分. See, it's very easy. All you have to do is add pun or fun at the end of the number. Let's move on to 11 till 12. So 11, it's 11分. 12, 12分. 13, 13分. 14, 14分. Or 14分. 15, 15分. 16, 16分. 17, 17分. 18、18分、19、19分、20、20分. Let's move on to 21 to 30. 21、21分、22、22分、23、23分、24、24分、or 24分、25、25分、26、26分、27、27分、28、28分、29、29分、30、30分. So even the number gains, all you have to do is add pun or fun, and then if it's 1, 11, 21, it's always pun because the number at the end is 1, and same as the other number as well. So let's use this in the sentence. The number here says 5:15, and in this example I am going to use the military system instead of AM and PM. So 5:15 is 5:15 AM, and if I wanted to say it's 5:15 AM now in Japanese, it will be 今午前5時15分です。今午前5時15分です。The next one, it's 1926. 1926 in 12-hour system, it will be 7:26 p.m. So if I wanted to say it's 7:26 p.m. now in Japanese, it will be 今午後7時26分です。今午後7時26分です。The last one, it says 4:30. So this means it's 4:30 a.m. And if I wanted to ask someone if the current time is 4:30 a.m., I would ask them, is it 4:30 a.m. now in English? But if I would do that in Japanese, it would be 今午前4時半ですか？今午前4時半ですか？ So, after we covered the hours and minute, we're going to talk about location. So this is fairly simple. It's kind of like the combination that we've learned from the past class and today's class. And let's work into the examples. The first one, it says it's 8 a.m. in Japan now. And if I want to say this in Japanese, it would be 日本は今午前8時です。日本は今午前8時です。So 日本 is Japan and 午前8時 is 8 a.m. Let's look into the next one. The example says it's 9:30 p.m. in England now. To say this in Japanese, it would be イギリスは今午後9時半です。イギリスは今午後9時半です。イギリス means England, and 午後9時半 means 9:30 p.m. The last sentence says, "What time is Manila now?" If I wanted to say this in Japanese, it will be 今、マニラは何時ですか?今、マニラは何時ですか? Manila means Manila, and Nanji is pointing out what time in English. So, today we learned a lot about times. We covered the hours and minutes and the location at the end. I understand this was like a lot to cover, so if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to my email. And as always, thank you for participating on this video, and I hope I will see you soon. Bye!